I'll be assisting you today. It's time to tend to that special case from William's ward. The aspirin you requested, Doctor. Good. Quite the strange sort. The patients, they seem to be stuck in some sort of Shakespearean psychosis. Schizophrenic delusions, perhaps. Well, you will have to witness it for yourself, Doctor, and conclude a diagnosis with your expert opinion.
Shakespearean, eh? Now is the winter of our discontent. Made glorious. Hold on. Made glorious by the sun of York, and all the clouds of the ocean buried.
Our bruised arms hung up now for monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures.
Ah, very good, Nurse Page. I see you're familiar with the old boy, but can you name the play?
I studied it in college, Richard III, I believe. I have one for you, Doctor. A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse have the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. But keep your way, a God's name I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
Oh, yes, much ado about nothing. Very well, Nurse Page. Let's continue. As the old boy would say, we shall ne'er be younger. Come, Nurse Page, let the world slip. I want to hear more about these patients. Please go fetch them. We'll need to get psychological profiles and electric shock and...
What a pretty pet! It is best put finger in eye, and she knew why.
Sister, content you in my discontent. My books and instruments shall be my company on them to practice by myself. Good Sister Kate, wrong me not nor wrong yourself. To make a bondmaid slave of me, unbind my hands, or what you command me will I do.
Of all thy suitors, here I charge thee, tell whom thou lovest best.
See thou dissemble not. Believe me, sister, of all the men alive, I never yet beheld that special face which I could fancy more than any other.
Why, how now, dame? Whence grows this instance? The can stand aside. Poor girl, she weeps. For shame now hiding in the devilish spirit. Why does thou wrong me that never did wrong you? Why does thou cross thee with bitter words?
Her silence clouds me, I'll be revenged.
What am I sight? Thou can get thee in.
What? You don't suffer me? Nay, no, I see. She is your treasure. She must have a husband. I must dance barefoot on her wedding day, and for you to love her, lead apes and now. Talk not to me, for I will sit mute till I can find occasion of revenge.
Was there ever gentleman thus grieved as I? That is, not to bestow my youngest daughter before I have married the eldest. But who goes there?
Petruchio is my name, Antonio's son. A man well known throughout all Italy. A gentleman of Verona, sir. The hearing of your daughter, Catherine, her beauty and her wit, my business that's his haste, sir. And every day I cannot come to woo. What dowry will you have of me to wife her?
Aye. When that special thing is well obtained, that is, her love. So that is all in all.
Why, that is nothing. For I tell you, Father, I am as peremptory as she proud-minded. For I am rough and woo not like a babe.
Thou may woo and happy be thy speed, but be thou armed for some unhappy words.
Why, that is for nothing. Oh.
He comes in. Oh, Mary, Catherine. So I mean, in thy bed. Your father has consented, thus in plain terms, that you shall be my wife, your dowry agreed on. And will you, nill you, I will marry you. For I am he born to tame you, Kate, and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate more conformable as other household Kates. Why, here comes your father.
I love.
Why, how now, daughter Catherine, in your dumps?
Call you me daughter. May I promise you showed me a tender fatherly regard to wish me go to one madcap ruffian and a swearing jack thinks oath space the matter out?
Thus politically I've begun my reign, and hope to end successfully.
My falcon.
My falcon now is sharp and passing empty, to know and come to his keeper's call.
Tonight?
Tonight she will no meat eat, nor none shall she eat. Tonight she will sleep not. This is all done in reverent care of her, for this is a way to kill a wife with kindness.
And thus?
And thus I'll tame her mad and headstrong humor. Anyone who knows better how to tame a shrew, now let him speak. Were it better I should rush in thus. But where is Kate? Where is my lovely bride? How does her father? How does her father?
Gentle, methinks you frown.
Gentles, methinks you frown, and gaze upon me as if I were some wondrous monument, some comet, unusual prodigy.
Dr. Shrew, you know this is your wedding day. First you were sad, fearing you would not come. Now sad and you come so unprovided.
Boom.
Fight off this habit. Shame to your estate, an eyesore to our solemn festival.
Petruchio, see not your bride in these unreverent robes. Go to my chamber, put on clothes of mine.
Not I, believe me. Thus I'll visit her, Lucentio. And sooth, thus, Baptista.
Therefore, ha. Therefore, ha.
And therefore, how done with this? We are late. We need to get to church. Where's my wife?
But thus I trust you will not marry her.
Master, you look so longingly on the maid. Perhaps you mark not what's the pith of all. Oh yes, I saw sweet beauty in her face, much as the daughter of Agnor had, and from his knees where she kissed the Cretan stand. Saw you no more? Mark not how her sister began to scold and raise up such a storm that mortal ears may not endure the din. Trania. I saw her coral lips to move, and with her breath she did perfume the air. Sacred and as sweet was all I saw in her. And Sir Trania, to love concerns us to add to her father's liking, which when come to pass, as before, you will be unparted to your worship. I am to find a man, and he shall become Vicentio of Pisa, and he will make assurance here in Padua of a greater sum than I can promise. So sit quietly in your worship, and marry sweet Bianca with consent.
What, master? Master read you first resolve me that?
I read to profess the art to love.
And may you prove, Sir Master, of your art.
We must be married tonight in secret.
Yea, I do.
Oh, despiteful love, unconstant womankind, I tell thee, Tranio, this is wonderful.
Pray thee, husband, be not so disquiet. To me was all of you are so contented.
I tell thee, 'twas burnt and dried away. Be patient, tomorrow it shall be mended, but for this night we'll fast for company. And what of this hat? It is a paltry cap.
Love me or love me not, but I like the cat, and I will have it or I will have none.
Suit yourself. Well, have it your way. Come, my Kate, we will unto your father's, even in these honest, mean habiliments. Why, I say it is the moon that shines so bright.
I know it's the sun that shines so bright. For it I pray, for we have come so far.
Nay, I say it is the moon.
I know it is the moon.
Then it is the blessed sun, I say.
God's be blessed, it is the blessed sun, but sun it is not when you say it is not, and the moon changes even as your mind. And if you call it rush candle, henceforth I vow it shall be so for me.
Why, how now, Kate? I hope thou art not mad.
Husband, let's see the end of this adieu.
First, kiss me, Kate, and we will.
Nay, I will give thee a kiss.
Better once than never, lady.
Medications!
At last, though long, our jarring notes agree, and time it is when waging war is done, to smile at the scapes and perils overblown. Fair Bianca, bid welcome to my father, and I, with self-same kindness, will build welcome to thine. Brother Petruchio, Katharina, feast with the best, and welcome to my house. For my banquet is to fill up our stomachs, and after great good cheer, pray we sit. For we sit to chat and eat as well.
Nothing but sit and eat and eat.
Pato affords this kindness unto Shrew.
Pato affords nothing but what is kind.
Head and butt and hasty wooden body would say your head and butt were head and horn.
Aye, Mistress Bride, hath this awakened you?
Aye, but not frighten me, therefore I'll sleep again.
Nay, that you shall not. Since you have begun, have it you for a bitter jest or two.
Am I your bird? I mean to shift my bush and then pursue me as you draw your bow. You are welcome all.
A little has galled me, I confess. And as the jest did glance away from me, it's 10 to 1 that it outright maimed you two.
Why, in great sadness, Son Petruchio, I think thou hast the veriest Shrew of all.
Well, I say no, and therefore, for assurance, let us one send unto his wife, and he whose wife is most obedient, to come at first when he doth send for her, shall win the wager which we will propose.
I say 20 crowns.
20 crowns! I'll venture so much upon my hawk or hound, and 20 times as much upon my wife.
Well, I say 100 then.
Son, I'll be your half. Son, I will be your half.
I'll have no halves, I'll bear it all myself.
Oh, then here comes Katharina.
What is your will, sir, that you send for me? Where's my sister?
Where's your sister?
Conferring by the friendly fire. Shall I go get her?
Go fetch her hither. If she denied to come, swift her sounding.
What a wonder.
This 'tis a wonder.
Merry peace it bodes, and love and quiet life, and awful rule and right supremacy. And to be short, what's not, that's sweet and happy.
Now, Farewell, Baldy?
Now, farewell, Baldy, Petruchio.
Oh, nay, I will win my wager better yet, and show more sign of her obedience, her new-built virtue and obedience. See where she comes and brings your froward wives, as prisoners to her womanly persuasion. Catherine, that cap of yours becomes you not. Remove it. Throw it underfoot.
Fie, what foolish duty call you this?
I would call foolish duty to you. The wisdom of your duty, fair Bianca, has cost me 100 crowns since supper time.
The more fool you for laying on my duty.
Catherine, I charge thee tell this headstrong woman, what duty do thy owe thy husbands?
Thy husband is thy lord, thy life thy keeper, thy head thy sovereign, one that cares for thee. And for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labor both by sea and land. But love, fair looks, true obedience, too little payment for so great a debt. Such duty as the subject owes to the prince, even a woman owes to her husband. And when she is forward, peevish, sullen, sour, and not obedient to his honest will, what is she but a foul contending rebel and a graceless traitor to her loving lord? When they are bound to serve and love and obey. Why are our bodies soft, weak, and smooth, unapt to toil and trouble in the world, but that our conditions and our hearts should well agree with our external parts? Our strength is weak, our weakness past compare, that seeming to be the most which we indeed least are. Then fill your stomachs, for it is no boot, and place your hand below your husband's foot, in token of which duty, if you please, my hand is ready made, do him ease.
Why, there's a wench. Come and kiss me, Kate.
Well, go thy ways, old lad, for those shall pass. But it's a harsh sound when a woman's froward.
Come, Kate, we'll go to bed. We three are married, but you two are sped. 'Twas I won the wager, though you hit the white, and being a winner, God grant you a good night.
Go thy way, for thou's cursed to tame the cursed shrew. 'Tis a wonder she would be tamed so.
Medications.
I must say I'm perplexed. What an odd collection of illnesses. But yet, they seem to be working together. They're all dancing in this odd performance of love, hate, unusual social norms, and like really gnarly social abuse.
What do you think they're suffering from, Dr. Sly?
Well, Lucentio is most definitely suffering from dual personality. Schizophrenic, perhaps. 2 men, 1 body. It's, what do you call it? Interesting that he has this desire to court Bianca under a guise. Perhaps it gives him more confidence. Petruchio is displaying extreme illusions of importance. Is dominating by nature and has the potential for violence and neglect and all that fun jazz. Catherine is no better. She's obviously sick with jealousy of her sister Bianca. I would not be surprised if she suffered some emotional disorder or chemical imbalance, say like mania or bipolar. Yeah. She seems to be fallen madly in love with Petruchio, regardless of his abusive nature.
Such a fascinating fixation. Do you think this fixation is dangerous, Doctor?
I'll have to,
Bianca and Batista.
I'll have to see more to know for sure. In the case of Bianca, I suspect severe narcissism. She's obsessed with vanity and has a compulsion for admiring her complexion. As for Baptista, if it's not already obvious from, let's say, his grooming practices, I think he may be suffering with species dysmorphia. I believe that he believes that he's a cat. So much to do in a day's work. There's always tomorrow. It's time for evening evaluations and medications. to enchant, art to enforce, and my ending shall be demise, despair, unless I am saved by prayer.
Mercy itself and frees all faults, as you from crimes would pardon fee. Let your indulgence set me free. The aspirin you requested, doctor.
Thanks.